From beautiful Miami Beach, Florida, it's the National Salute to America's Heroes presented by Hyundai. Greetings, everybody. I'm James Bates, and I'm so very proud to be a part of a celebration of the true spirit of Memorial Day weekend, honoring our servicemen and women, our veterans, our first responders, and of course, those that have paid the ultimate price and gave their lives for our freedom. Over the next hour, we will introduce you to many fine individuals that serve our country every single day, and we'll bring you all the sights and sounds of the 2018 Hyundai Air&SeaShow.
It is, in a way, an odd thing to honor those who died in defense of our country, in defense of us, in wars far away. The imagination plays a trick. We see these soldiers in our mind as old and wise. We see them as something like the founding fathers, grave and gray-haired. But most of them were boys when they died, and they gave up two lives, the one they were living and the one they would have lived. When they died, they gave up their chance to be husbands and fathers and grandfathers. They gave up their chance to be revered old men. They gave up everything for our country, for us. All we can do is remember them and what they did and why they had to be brave for us.
The United States military, in all its strength, will be showcasing and demonstrating their technologies and skills as they support a national salute to America's heroes, presented by Hyundai, here on Miami Beach, Florida, over Memorial Day weekend. As one of the 5 armed services of the United States, the Coast Guard is the only military branch within the Department of Homeland Security. In addition to its role as an armed service, the Coast Guard is a first responder and humanitarian service that provides aid to people in distress or impacted by natural and man-made disasters, whether at sea or ashore. The AC-144 can deliver a variety of droppable equipment. After the successful drop of the raft, a small boat retrieves the package. At this point, the AC-144 goes into an overhead orbit should additional assistance be needed, and the powerful MA-65 Dolphin helicopter springs into action with its 1,300 horsepower engine, lightweight design, and retractable landing gear, one of the fastest and most maneuverable helicopters around. Another successful team-coordinated operation. Here comes one of the most visually exquisite jets in the Air Force, the Lockheed Martin F-22 Raptor, a 5th-generation, single-seat, twin-engine, all-weather stealth tactical fighter aircraft developed for the United States Air Force. The result of the Advanced Tactical Fighter Program, The aircraft was designed primarily for air superiority, but also has ground attack, electronic warfare, and signal intelligence capabilities. The Raptor's combination of stealth, aerodynamic performance, and situational awareness gives the aircraft unprecedented air combat capabilities. Still mostly shrouded in secrecy, the F-22 is the most state-of-the-art stealth plane in the sky. Its combination of Mach 2 speed, blistering firepower, and stealth technology make this jet second to none. Don't go away. Coming up next, the B-2 stealth bomber. It's a Memorial Day weekend for families taking time, showing their respect and patriotism, while enjoying the festivities surrounding the National Salute to America's Heroes, being held here on Miami Beach, Florida. Presented by Hyundai. Live free, drive smart.
The whole country really needs to, remember those that pay the ultimate sacrifice. Every single person that, raises their right hand and swears an oath to join any of the branches of the military. We swear an oath to protect and defend the Constitution, and that could mean laying our lives down. And it means a lot to me. It means a lot to me personally. I served for a year in Afghanistan, and I lost 9 members of my team. I put on a bracelet every morning to remember that. And so, Memorial Day certainly is something that is near and dear to all of us. To be able to serve and protect our country, that's what it's all about.
Welcome back to the National Salute to America's Heroes, presented by Hyundai. Approaching us now is probably one of the most recognized yet secretive U.S. bombers in the sky, the B-2 Spirit. From Whiteman Air Force Base, Missouri, this combat-ready multi-role bomber with its high subsonic speed brings massive firepower, delivers conventional and nuclear bombs in a short time to anywhere on the globe. Its combat readiness was put to the test in Operation Allied Force, where it was responsible for destroying 33% of all Serbian targets in the first 8 weeks. The composite material, special coatings, and flying wing design all contribute to its stealth technologies. The B-2 travels only with a crew of 2, a pilot on the left and a mission commander on the right. Media Day was held at the United States Coast Guard Air Station, Miami. Government leaders and representatives from all of the branches of the military were in attendance, along with their military equipment. Hyundai, the sponsor of the event, showcased some of their fine cars, while presentations, awards, and a swearing-in enlistment ceremony took center stage.
On behalf of the South Korean people, I would like to personally pay respect to all servicemen and women who serve the Korean War. I want to share our deepest gratitude to those who sacrificed their lives to keep our country freedom. We thank you for your continuous friendship and support. Thank you very much. Thank you.
This partnership is part of Hyundai's long-term commitment to supporting the U.S. military. All of us at Hyundai share the greatest respect and appreciation for the contributions and sacrifice of all those who have served our country. I am also deeply touched to see so many here today for this swearing-in ceremony. You are the most dedicated and courageous individuals we'll ever meet. and you have earned the respect of everyone here and everyone in this nation.
And so today we're going to ask these ordinary citizens to transition to become extraordinary soldiers, sailors, airmen, Marines, Coast Guardsmen, defenders of our liberty and our freedom. Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your full name. Do solemnly swear that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States.
For all the individuals that have decided to join the service, you're going to have a wonderful experience. It's an experience that you will be able to cherish the rest of your life. You'll be able to tell all your family members what you did all over the world, defending the most important thing we have, individual freedom. I hope forever we never forget what Memorial Day is for. It's to cherish and honor those who have lost their lives serving our great nation.
It really means to me the sacrifice of millions of others who have gone before us. In addition to the people currently serving who sacrificed by their work, we have others who sacrificed their lives in the past. My stepfather is a World War II veteran. He passed away several years ago, but he served in D-Day, the Battle of the Bulge. Just a couple of years ago, I had the opportunity to visit Europe. I visited, among other places, the American Military Cemetery in Luxembourg, where General Patton and some of the Band of Brothers are buried. It's a very moving experience. My stepfather, his generation, and others have given us an opportunity that is unprecedented in the world. And I want to make sure that people appreciate that, and if they have an opportunity to thank a currently serving soldier, sailor, airman, Marine, or Coast Guardsman, to please do that and show your appreciation to all the armed forces.
We have something very special right now. Here is the Fokker C-31, which carries the U.S. Army's elite parachute team, the Golden Knights. This team consists of demonstration and competition parachutists drawn from all branches of the Army. To be a member, you must demonstrate an excellence in parachuting. The Golden Knights perform high-altitude and low-altitude jumps. Their landing on target has to be pinpoint accurate. The Golden Knights team is actually broken into two teams, dubbed Black Team and Gold Team. Each team has a team leader who typically has the most experience performing demonstration jumps and typically holds the rank of an Army Sergeant First Class. The two demonstration teams travel the United States and occasionally overseas, performing for public audiences at venues ranging from relatively small civic events to nationally and internationally televised events. They travel around 240 days per year, and the teams come from a variety of backgrounds. The Golden Knights' main objective is bringing community awareness to the various aspects of joining the military and meeting and intermingling with local people who may have never met a man in uniform. Let's watch as the Golden Knights demonstrates their ability.
We're here, we're putting this capabilities demonstration on for all the people that came out to see us. And we're doing it to show how we train as a team, how we come together, but we're doing it to honor Master Sergeant Posh and Staff Sergeant Ennis. They deployed to Iraq. They were conducting combat search and rescue, and while they were there, they had been on their deployment for about 2 months, and they were taking off in a Pavehawk helicopter with the crew and some other team members when the helicopter crashed, and they all perished.
I have a lot of friends in the 308th, and a lot of those guys I've known for 20 years. When I found out about the crash, there was a lot of unknowns. I mean, I know I had friends. I didn't know who particularly was deployed to that location. It's a little nerve-wracking to finally figure out that, okay, it is it is somebody you know, and then you just hope that they're okay.
We lost two great Americans. Nothing really can fill the void left by these two great heroic men.
Coming up later, the F-16 and the F-35.
Memorial Day to me means a moment of remembrance, which to me is, I do that a lot. Every day I thank God for those that are serving every day abroad to protect our way of life. But it also means for you to remember all those that have given their life for this great country, to have the freedom that we endure, the right to be able to speak what you want to say, the right to be able to stand or do whatever you want to do. All that is thanks to people that gave the maximum sacrifice to this country and to make sure that this way of life continues. That's why everybody wants to come here to America. Everybody wants to be part of this great dream. And that comes from all those that have served this country and many that never made it back to its shores. So it is important to say thank you. It's important to remember, and that's to me what Memorial Day is all about.
Welcome back to the National Salute to America's Heroes, presented by Hyundai. This annual Memorial Day weekend event takes place on the beautiful shores of Miami Beach.
So day to day, I'm a reserve citizen airman instructor pilot at Patrick Air Force Base. So that means that I teach people to fly helicopters for the United States Air Force. We stand ready to support the nation and to support state and local agencies anytime, anywhere around the world that someone needs to be rescued. So that morning, we got word that there was a German family. It was a father and a son. They were on a small private sailboat, and for whatever reason, their vessel caught fire approximately 500 miles off the east coast of Florida. Now, because of the range involved, our helicopter has about half the range needed to get out there. We knew we were going to have to refuel in the air and over the water. The HC-130s took off about an hour before we did. About 2 hours into the flight, we got word over the radio that the PJs had been airdropped and were supporting our particular patients. And then about 2 hours later, just as it became nightfall, we arrived on station, and then we picked up and hoisted up the survivors and our PJ team, and then we started heading back. And again, we knew we'd have to get gas off the HC-130 on the way back. But it was a great feeling to pull off such a complicated rescue in the middle of the night and then save that patient's life.
The members of the Air Force 920th Pararescue's Special Operations Unit are a very special breed of warrior. In this demonstration, the unit utilizes a Hercules C-130 and HH-60G helicopters from Patrick Air Force Base, Florida, and A-10 Thunderbolts from Whiteman Air Force Base, Missouri, as they prepare to rescue a downed pilot in hostile waters. The C-130 lowers its ramp as it determines what supplies the survivor might need while waiting for pickup. Meanwhile, The A-10 Thunderbolt stays overhead to protect the rescue teams as they accomplish their mission. The C-130 also has the capability of refueling the helicopters while in the air for those long-distance rescues. The rescue team jumps from the helicopter to assist the survivor until they can safely hoist him up. The A-10s continue to patrol and keep a watchful eye out for any enemy activity. It's precision at its finest. The Special Ops team's job is to push beyond limits by being mentally tougher, physically stronger, and totally committed to serving our country and protecting our freedom.
It's really exciting to see all the veterans come out to the event and the Gold Star families, those that have lost immediate loved ones. This event is for them. This is why we're putting on this event. We want to say thank you to those veterans and those families that have given up and paid the ultimate sacrifice. So for us, to see them out there with smiles on their face and to see their patriotic attitude, it's infectious.
This has been a very special Memorial Day for many people, and it's not over yet. Just overhead, we see the United States Air Force AETC T-38 out of Shepherd Air Force Base, Texas, a twin-engine, high-altitude supersonic jet trainer. This jet is used in a variety of roles because of its design, economy of operations, ease of maintenance, high performance, and most importantly, its exceptional safety record. NASA also uses the T-38 in their training programs. The T-38 is the perfect plane for preparing students to fly in various models of fighter and bomber aircraft.
You know, a special thank you to all the governmental agencies that are involved. We're rerouting air traffic out of international airports. We're shutting down portions of the ocean so the aircraft can fly over restricted space. You know, this doesn't happen without the help of the police and the fire and the Coast Guard and Homeland Security and all the various agencies. An event of this scope and magnitude would not be possible without the support of Hyundai Motor America. Hyundai really gets it, a company that understands that freedom isn't free and that they're out there helping us to create this event so that we can honor those that protect our freedom.
We'll be right back with more from the National Salute to America's Heroes, presented by Hyundai. Welcome back to A National Salute to America's Heroes, presented by Hyundai, here on Miami Beach. The National Salute to America's Heroes, presented by Hyundai. Live free, drive smart.
For me personally, I have both my grandfathers were in the military, one in the Army, one in the Air Force. I am very personally committed in the success of this event and keeping it here year after year. I think Memorial Day weekend is a very special time and deserves even more attention and honor, and I hope that Miami Beach can play a role in that.
As the United States Army vessel New Orleans, stationed in Tampa, Florida, anchors at Show Center off of Miami Beach, we are going to take a look at the U.S. Department of Homeland Security's Custom Air and Marine units. They are a precision team that protects our borders from the air, land, and sea. As the helicopter pilots demonstrate their unique flying abilities in front of the crowd on the beach, their armed boats are ready for anything on the U.S. waterways. Kids of all ages are enjoying the festivities of the Hyundai Air&SeaShow.
In my 37 years in the United States Air Force, that the greatest weapon system does not come with a tail number. It doesn't come with a serial number stamped on it. The greatest weapon system we have comes with a Social Security number. And ladies and gentlemen, you're seeing right over there the greatest weapon systems we have to defend our great nation.
This is such a great opportunity for us, not just to showcase our weapons, not just to showcase all of that we have at disposal to defend this great nation. What it allows us to do is inspire and engage with the young men and women that we hope to look at the incredible opportunities that exist in the United States Air Force to come positively change their lives for the better. And that's what is so important. And I'll tell you, being able to partner with Mickey Markoff and his incredible team, the people of Miami Beach and Miami-Dade County and all of South Florida, to showcase all that the United States military stands for and what we're about is incredibly important to us in the Air Force Recruiting Service. And we can't thank everybody enough. That we look forward to many, many years of coming back down to Miami Beach to continue this incredible partnership.
Coming up now is the Boeing C-17 Globemaster III transport plane stationed at Wright-Patterson Air Force Base in Dayton, Ohio. This monster of a plane serves as the U.S. Air Force's primary strategic lift aircraft for global transport of troops and equipment. The C-17 can carry up to 102 troops, 54 ambulatory patients and attendants, and still have room for more. It can also carry 170,900 pounds of cargo. The inherent flexibility and performance of this plane improves the ability of the total airlift system to fulfill the worldwide air mobility requirements of the United States. Reliability and maintainability are two outstanding benefits of the C-17 system. As big as it is, it still maneuvers with such grace.
We were here last year, and last year there was 1 million people on the beach. We want America to understand our Air Force. Yeah, I don't know where you'll find a better venue in the world, honestly, because you've got this beautiful beach, you've got the beautiful water, your show center is 100 yards offshore. There's not a prettier venue in the country. So to take a pause during this Memorial Day weekend to remember it is about connecting with America and the public, but just also to stop and think Memorial Day is to remember all those and what they did for all of us.
Here's one of the jets we've been waiting for. The U.S. Navy's F-18 Hornet, based out of Virginia Beach, Virginia. This is the Navy's primary strike and air superiority aircraft. This F-18 is an updated version from a previous model and offers a 20% larger airframe, 7,000 pounds heavier, and carries 33% more internal fuel. Yet when you look at the way it maneuvers, it defies gravity at a fast pace. It's a very rare scenario. The FA-18 aircraft emerged from engineering and manufacturing development. The first operational cruise of the Super Hornet was on board the USS Abraham Lincoln on July 24, 2002, and saw initial combat action just 4 months later in November, when it participated in a strike on hostile targets in a no-fly zone in Iraq. The FA-18 Super Hornet is an attack aircraft as well as a fighter with selected use of external equipment and advanced networking capabilities to accomplish certain missions. In its fighter mode, it serves as escort and fleet air defense, while in its attack mode, it provides force protection and close and deep air support. This is a very reliable jet for the U.S. Navy. We'll be back with more from the National Salute to America's Heroes, presented by Hyundai. Coming up next, the B-1 Lancer bomber.
Memorial Day has always been a time to think about those that have served before you. And so I think of all those that served before myself and those that I serve with, because what we've done is build upon their successes, learn from some of their mistakes. So I think that's, to me, I think of those that have served and what they've done for our country.
Welcome back to the National Salute to America's Heroes, presented by Hyundai from beautiful Miami Beach. This event is important because it brings the public closer to the military and shows them the sophistication and opportunities there are within the armed forces. The U.S. Air Force has really brought out the big aircraft for this event. Take a look at the B-52 Stratofortress bomber based out of Barksdale Air Force Base, Louisiana. Fortress is a good word for it. One of the most recognizable aircraft in the world and an icon of the United States Cold War deterrent, this plane was the Air Force's primary strategic nuclear bomber. The B-52 is capable of flying at high speeds at altitudes up to 50,000 feet. It can carry nuclear or precision-guided conventional weapons with worldwide precision navigation capability. The use of aerial refueling gives the B-52 a range limited only by crew endurance. It has an unrefueled combat range in excess of 8,800 miles. Pilots wear night vision goggles to enhance their vision during night operations, which allows clear terrain visibility, avoid enemy radar, and see other aircraft in a lights-out environment. For more than 40 years, the B-52 Stratofortresses have been the backbone of the manned strategic bomber force for the United States.
I love our city, and it's a destination for people to come and recreate and enjoy time and have vacations. But if you look at the beach you're on right now, prior to World War II, it was where people trained to go into the Army. It's got historical significance. But what we really want, and what our city loves, is the fact that we can take this strip of land that has this background and is so beautiful, and make it a place where we can enjoy each other, celebrate who we are, and also celebrate why we're able to have these freedoms. And for me, I know that we have these freedoms because we have people who are willing to give the ultimate measure of their lives in defense of our freedoms. And so the fact that we can have our beach and our military together celebrating the freedom that makes this country so unique and special is what makes this weekend so important.
How's this for a menacing look? The B-1 Lancer bomber, based out of Dyess Air Force Base, Texas, operates as a multi-mission aircraft that is the backbone of America's long-range bomber force. It carries both guided and unguided weapons and can rapidly deliver massive quantities of those weapons against any adversary, anywhere in the world, and at any time. B-1B's blended wing body configuration, variable geometry wings, and turbofan afterburning engines combine to bring a long-range capability, maneuverability, and high speed while enhancing survivability. highly versatile, multi-mission weapon system. Electronic jamming equipment, radar warning receiver, expendable countermeasure system, and a towed decoy system form an integrated defense system that supports penetration of hostile airspace.
When I was an 18-year-old pre-military person, Memorial Day was just one more day where you weren't at school, and I always appreciated the people who made the ultimate sacrifice, but I never fully understood what it meant. And being a part of it, and I was deployed to Afghanistan, and we had just seeing all the people and understanding how many lives have been taken fighting all the wars that we've been through. It's really become much more of a somber day for me, where it's time to reflect and just remember how great of a country we have.
We'll be right back with another showstopper. The U.S. Air Force's F-16 and F-35. You're not going to want to miss that. Welcome back to A National Salute to America's Heroes, presented by Hyundai, here on Miami Beach. The National Salute to America's Heroes has been presented by Hyundai. Live free, drive smart. And here come the Marines with their amphibious assault transport, the MV-22B Osprey. This multi-engine, dual-piloted aircraft can transport troops, equipment, and supplies from assault ships and land bases. The tilt-rotor aircraft is capable of vertical takeoff and landings needed for combat, combat support, combat service support, and special operations missions worldwide. The Osprey has the ability to transport Marine combat troops twice as fast and 5 times farther than previous helicopters.
So this is a chance for our airmen to connect with the public and to get the public to see what our Air Force does and meet our airmen and the importance of our mission and the importance that we do for the United States of America. You know, we'd say our mission for the Air Force is to be able to defend the homeland, and we've got airmen from all across the country who do that, from all walks of life. And as you get to meet these folks, you'll see that's our most important weapon system. We've got some great technology, we've got some really cool things, but it's the people who make our Air Force different.
We find the beach crowd turning their eyes to the sky, anticipating the F-16 Fighting Falcon Viper demo and the F-35 Lightning II. The latest and greatest black project from Lockheed Martin's Skunk Works, technically referred to as the Advanced Development Programs Unit, a classified division of the company. The F-35 Lightning II, based out of Luke Air Force Base, Arizona, is the most advanced fighter jet on Earth. The F-16 Viper demo team from Shaw Air Force Base, South Carolina, flying alongside, is a combat multi-role fighter aircraft. The F-16A, a single-seat model, highly maneuverable, has proven itself in air-to-air combat and air-to-surface attack. These fighters were deployed in the Persian Gulf in 1991 in support of Operation Desert Storm. They were used to attack airfields, military production facilities, Scud missile sites, and a variety of other targets. Since September 11, 2001, the F-16 has been a major component of the combat forces committed to the fight on terrorism, flying thousands of sorties in support of operations such as Enduring Freedom in Afghanistan and Iraqi Freedom. The F-35s rewriting the rule book on aircraft design, capable of performing almost any possible role imaginable today, be that strike, support, or reconnaissance, with greater efficiency than any other aircraft made to date. Equipped with a Pratt & Whitney F-135 afterburning turbofan jet engine, which delivers a mighty 43,000 pounds of thrust and grants a sound-shattering top speed of over 1,200 miles per hour. That's over Mach 1.6. The cockpit is also state-of-the-art, delivering a full panel-width panoramic glass cockpit display, as well as a host of leading-edge avionics and sensors. Much of the cockpit has been optimized for speech recognition interaction, allowing the pilot to control many parts of the jet by voice alone. For all of America, to the men and women that have sacrificed so much to protect our country and the freedoms we enjoy, we thank you, we honor you, and we remember you.
This flag we hold, so light in our hands, but heavy in our hearts. Our deep devotion to this cause, it's only the start.